We're about 6 hours into sanding. We got one of them done, and I tried to remove the bottom mirror. And note to self, the bottom mirrors do not pop off. Boost Autos has a specific design on theirs that's 30% bigger than the factory bottom mirror. So I tried to pop it off and it actually broke. These are set in with the Phillips screw. So yeah, ended up taking it out. The Phillips screw goes in here that holds it down to the mirror. And the way to get it out, because I broke it, was to bust it out, and there's the center. So Isaac's over here using a little heat gun, and gonna try and pry off the excess glass. Boost Auto Parts is gonna send us another mirror, and we're not gonna touch this one. We're gonna leave it the way it is. He's gonna sit there and work on that, but we're gonna leave this the way that it is. I tried putting my hands behind it and popping it off, and I actually cracked it. So we don't need to. Luckily, we can just kind of fold this down, sand behind it, and get as close as we can, because I do not plan on breaking any more of these. So we made it to the next day. Between Jordan and I, we had a total of 10 hours into those mirrors. Now that was a rough sanding, and we got them over here, so let me show you. Now I have them covered with plastic right now just because I'm about to start working on that drive shaft, but this is just a rough sanding. And what I mean by rough sanding, I'm just trying to knock off any texture. So with this, we got all the heavy stuff off and it's smoothed out. We're going over that with a much lighter sandpaper to get it nice and smooth, then a primer, and we're going to double check everything and wet sand that primer so that'll give it a very smooth finish, so that when we go and shoot over it, it'll be very glossy. Because as I said, we do not want to go through and be touching up these mirrors. I've had to touch up my caps before in the past because I didn't do it right. Somewhere in the prep work, somewhere I went wrong. But with these, we are taking our time trying to make sure that they're done right. So on this mirror here, I actually broke it. Well, it's not broken, but when I went to remove it, it wouldn't come out because it has this little screw that sets the mirror in there. So that's the way to basically remove these, is to break through the mirror and remove this screw that sits in here. Now we got this old rusty boy. Shout out to Tyler Bishop, my buddy, for giving me his old drive shaft, and safe to say she needs some work. Now I've started over here kind of sanding it down. It's nice and smooth over here. What I end up doing is cleaning it up, and we're trying to get it as smooth as possible because we're going to do something crazy with this drive shaft, something that I haven't seen anyone do. This was kind of a thing back, not really back in the day, but something people used to do a few years back. So it's not just going to be a nice, clean, painted drive shaft. It's going to be something cool. It's going to be creative. I like thinking outside of the box. I like doing something different that not a lot of people have. Some people won't like it, but I don't really care. So we're going to get started on this drive shaft because we should have that transmission. Shout out to my boy, Casey, freaking awesome dude, great friend. Got me this trans, so we're going to be throwing that bad boy in the truck, hopefully. In that video, I'm trying to think. I don't know if that video is going to come before or after this one, so I don't know. The truck is either going to be back in the video before this one, or this is the process of me talking how I went through this. We'll figure out that more in the end. So maybe, hopefully, future George, congrats, your truck's back up and running. But if not, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, super excited to have it, man. I have not driven the truck in forever, so just seeing it sitting there all the time, I'm just like, man, how are people supposed to know I'm cool? Because I'm driving my girlfriend's whip, this Kia here. Great on gas mileage, cannot complain. $30 versus $100 a week, can't complain. But how are people supposed to know that I'm cool? Like, what's the point? So let's get to working on this. Let's try and get it knocked out because, dude, I want to get started on this truck because we still got a long ways to go. And I don't know, I hope you guys are excited for this as much as I am. I haven't done something as crazy as this in years, you know. Whenever we first pulled that apart and did all that powder coat, I mean, that was cool. It was a rush, you know. It was just like a feeling of accomplishment. In the past few years, you know, I've been slacking, I know, and just adding kind of little things here and there. But this is going to be a complete rebuild. The truck's not going to look the same, and I'm excited to say that, and I'm excited to get it started. So let's skip to the good part.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the game, we taking shots off the rebound. Look at my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Look at my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my talking now, then we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch them know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, ayy, shoes.
I'm smoking that dope from Edmond. We the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. The fam, you a dead man. Jesus, peace on my pendant. And we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keeping it real, they commend them. People like get your wife pregnant, but I ain't trying to be dependent. I need money, never ending. I'm talking 100%. I need the owner, you rent it.
Whoa, step in the spotty and watch how they panic. Yeah, we the duo, you know we dynamic. When we outside, we be stopping the traffic. Breaking their necks, them they upset. How them boys doing more when they got less? How they on this and how they on that? How they got this?
We've broken 3 snap rings. They will break off in tiny little pieces, or I'll get lucky and be able to pry a few of them out. But other than that, these are all well, all of them have broken, but you know, a handful of them. Man, I can't just catch a break. Why can't I just get something easy? You know, just whatever. That's my luck, dude. Bad luck. If anything has to do with luck, I don't do it. Only person I rely on is myself. These are the most seized up things I've ever had. I freaking, like I showed you guys in the video yesterday, I don't even know where the little pieces went. I probably chucked them. But I had tiny shards that were broke off in here, and I couldn't get them out. I was using heat. I was beating the crap out, nothing. So anyways, that ball joint press is already helping us out quite a bit. It's getting it out. And we're going to start on this side, try and get all this figured out so that we can actually start smoothing down this drive shaft. Because I was going to start on this, but I'm like, well, let's start getting these U-joints and everything apart first before doing that. So a hyperlapse, 47.5 cuss words, and we got this little 2-piece section out. Ended up breaking off one of those little sleeves in there. Not the end of the world. I think that one anyways. I'll end up having to buy another one because I didn't notice that there was a tiny piece I didn't see of that snap ring still stuck in there that was broke off inside. So when I pushed it through, it chipped off an end. So I'll probably end up just buying that set anyways. Plus, I don't really want to deal with pushing anything else through that rusty mess. What we did on this is we used the press. And see, there's another little guy right here broken off inside of there. So what we're doing is we're pushing down on it a little bit, just enough to release tension here, and then able to get this little snap ring out. I was sitting there putting heat to it, beating the crap out of it. I broke a screwdriver trying to get one out on the other side. And so that's what we're going to do. So relieve pressure here so we can get this little piece of snap ring out that's stuck in there. That is broken off inside. I'm like, okay, I'll get home. I'll just pull those U-joints out super fast, and then I'll finish sanding the mirrors. Dude, I just have the worst luck, and just dirty hands, clean money. But yeah, I just have the worst luck ever. So anything that is a 5-minute job for me will turn into 5.5 hours just because of who I am. And so after only like 5 minutes, we got this, all the U-joints out. Very simple, easy job, you know. Yeah, that was so simple. I definitely didn't get mad, you know, at least 3-4 times and like yell at the top of my lungs or cuss or anything. Like, just went, is the smoothest way you can think possible it went. But, okay, so we actually got all these out. Finally, these guys were just seized in there like no other. My hands are freaking, I PB blasted everything. I don't have a torch, but I mean, a heat gun I have found. Believe it or not, a heat gun will actually get things hot enough to where you can break things loose. I've tried it and it's worked time and time again, but it has not worked on these U-joints. So yeah, a little 30-minute, 1-hour job max turned into 3 hours for me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, put this stuff back where it needs to go and finish that tomorrow morning. And why not just drag it out for a day 3, you know, for something that should have all taken a day. Let's just drag it out to 3 days. So, continuing the next day, we've got the door handles off. Pretty simple, honestly. I think I had them all, literally all off within like 15 minutes. This one took like 2 minutes, super fast. We got those off. We're going to paint match those. And I wanted to ask you guys, so obviously we're wanting to paint match a lot of this stuff here. Sorry about the wind. And we're trying to figure out, should we paint match these moldings here? Like, we don't have a lot of black on here. Like, we don't really have that much amount of black on here. I mean, obviously, yes, the frame and the inner fender wells, they're black. But
trying to kind of ditch the black, red, and, you know, bronze, whatever color combo we got going on there. Of course, we're still going to have the black and red emblems, just because with all of this stuff that we're doing, that'll probably come a little bit later down the road where we end up actually getting paint matched emblems. So those will be kind of some of the last things on there that'll end up being black, because of course paint match mirrors, I mean door handles, rear tailgate handle, the grill, I know that's kind of black, inner fender wells and little things like that, tires, they're black. But we're trying to ditch that and really just go with a red and gold or whatever bronze color that we end up choosing and going with. But yeah, definitely let me know if you guys think we should put the time and work into doing that. Let me know. Obviously, if we paint match that, we would have to paint match this molding right here. So, I mean, you can't really go in between. It's not like you can only do that. You have to do this, because then this spot would be the only part black on that. And yes, I know, I need a freaking bed line. This tailgate, it's beat up. I got it repainted last year, and so it's been, I mean, I use the truck, so it's been peeling here and there, but I think this would be a good time to scuff this up and just get some bed liner from Walmart or whatever. Since this is a tailgate, I'm not really too worried about it matching that 100%. You're obviously going to be told this is a lot newer than that, because that's going to be a faded black, but that's kind of another thing we've been needing to do, and we'll probably end up doing since we're going to be going through all this. So, oh wow, my face is dirty. So one thing after another, I'm trying to find the alternate part for this, because in the process of getting these out, not only are they super rusty and it's going to be hard to clean up, I ended up breaking where one of the, let me see if you can see it there. I ended up breaking that little corner right there where the snap ring goes in. So I don't want to put this back in there and, you know, have a chance of the snap ring failing because it's not seated and sitting in there properly. So I'm wanting to buy another one, and looking up the part number, you can't find them apparently. Went to Ford. Ford says that they don't carry these. You have to buy the whole drive shaft. I call O'Reilly's and AutoZone. They said they've never heard of that part, but they have this other part that you can use. So I'm basically at the point where I'm just about to buy another drive shaft. Honestly, it sucks because I put a lot of time and effort into this one, but for $400 is what Ford quoted for a drive shaft that comes with those. I mean, it's worth it. So fast forward into Friday. I don't know what day I recorded my thing. I think it was like Tuesday, so we're fast forwarding a few days. But those bad boys are ready. I know everyone's probably just like, bro, like, how is it taking you this long? So after hours of research, I've spent so much time on this stupid thing. Went out and bought another one just because of the fact that everyone was giving me the runaround. People, one kid gave me the wrong part number, and then another guy gave me the right one, and I didn't know which one was what. And I was just so thrown off, and I didn't know what to do because they make different sizes for the rear drive shaft, and then the kid gave me one for a front drive shaft. So I'm like, wait, why the hell does this look different from this? My buddy was like, bro, this makes no sense. I'm like, dude, I know, that's what I'm saying, but this is what Ford gave me. And they were telling me, bro, it's not it. So I was second guessing myself. Plus it takes a week or so for the drive shaft to get here. So I just didn't want to order the wrong part and then wait another few days to basically have to send that, well, weeks, because I'd have to send that back. It'd take a little over a week, and then a week to process, so it'd be 2 weeks before I got my money back and all that. So it's just, I wanted to make sure that I got it right. So I spent so much time trying to figure all that out. And it's just running back and forth. As soon as I get home, I start sanding literally from sun up to sundown. So from 5 to 9:30, I'm sanding. I literally do it on live so everyone sees me do it, sir, because I don't want people to be like, there's no way you spent that much time on it. There's a lot of people that have seen me sand for hours and hours and hours. They will literally get on the live and they're like, bro, you're still sanding? It's just like, yes, I want to make sure that these are 100% good. But on a side note, so we got seats for the 6.0. We got those sanded down, and then we got a new drive shaft coming in. And because we had to order a drive shaft, we're not putting the trans in this weekend because of the fact of I don't want to put the transmission in and then leave it sitting there on my dad's lift and take up room in his shop for a week until I got it. So I want to make sure I have the drive shaft and everything is ready to go. So as soon as we get in the shop, we can take it apart. Also, we're selling the wheels. My buddy Danner is coming, and he's going to come and buy the wheels off of my truck, so those are going to be done. So that's a lot of updates just for a week time, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, so there's one wheel off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of sad. To to let them go. I don't know. I'm also a hoarder, so like I hate letting stuff like that go because I was gonna keep them, and I don't know. I'm just gonna keep them just to keep them, I guess. I do that with a lot of things, but yeah, it's kind of sad. But at least it's local. I don't know how long he's gonna run them, of course, but at least I'll see him here and there. He said he's gonna paint them, powder coat them, whatever, black, so they'll match his truck a lot better. But so of course you're seeing how bright these freaking wheel lights are. That is a company, C&Z Mods. They're right here. Make sure to check them out on Instagram. They're always running crazy sales. This is a new small company. I know there's a lot of companies out there that start off that, you know, claim to be the best and the brightest and everything, blah blah, but these guys literally have some of the brightest lights I've ever freaking had. Good quality, amazing customer service, everything that you can think of that has ever gone wrong with the Instagram sale community, wherever they start up a business of lighting, etc., this and that, and they claim to build them in-house. They've kind of ruined it. And so these guys have fixed everything wrong with people selling and starting lighting company pages on Instagram, and I highly recommend them. They're very affordable, honestly. I've seen some people sell them for, you know, upwards of like $600 some. These are not going to run you that. These are RGBW, but love this company. Definitely a company I'll stand behind, guys, so make sure to check them out. There's Danner. It's the man himself buying the setup. We're gonna do one at a time. Sheesh. So we got Danner over here taking off his setup. I don't know why. I mean, these slicks are still pretty good, so.
I mean, I've got a lot of life left. I've got my duct tape on it.
Yeah. So he's got his setup. He's gonna throw on the bed, and then we got these bad boys are gonna throw on there. So what do you guys think it'll look like? A little bit of orange with some of that silver and tan. Is it a Lariat?
Yeah.
So Lariat running orange wheels. What do you guys think? Should you keep them with that orange or paint them black? And we got my truck over here looking like a spaceship cut. She's just floating. Doesn't need any freaking wheels. Just like that. So he's got the back on, and sheesh, looks thick, boy. I mean, you can kind of see the difference right there between that setup on there versus this one. You can just see that the Nitto's 1550s. What are those, 1350s?
On here?
Yeah.
1250s.
1250, yeah. So 1250 versus
Your inflation width is like a 13.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, but yeah, she definitely looks thick from behind. So what do you guys think?
I like them. I kind of dig that. Bronze with that white and that two-tone.
Gotta find somewhere to put my cone now.
Right here.
Caution, wide load.
I'm putting an oversized load sign on the 77 when I get it done.
Well, throw some 2-inch spacers on this bad boy, and then you can permanently run around with a wide load.
I want to turn.
Turning's overrated, honestly. All the cool people can't turn. We're trying to figure out if he's gonna rub or not. I think he's gonna rub. Those are 1550s.
Doesn't want to turn.
Try, drive it. All right, moment of truth. Oh yeah.
Full lock.
Okay, barely. Yeah, barely. Ah, you're good. Dang it. Technically, that's rubbing because it's touching your fender flare, but I mean, I'll give it to you.
Oh, the fender flare's already broke. So.
Yeah, it was grabbing your inner fender right there.
Yeah.
And then it's barely touching your little valence.
That's fine. It just...
Oh, there goes the orange wheels, boys. Sheesh. So yeah, there's an end of an era for those wheels. So let's go get the King Ranch seats and throw them in the garage for now because I'm not going to put it in my truck because it's already like 8:30. And I don't really want to stay up that late. I kind of want to sleep a little bit. But yeah, now I'm in a conundrum where I got to find some wheels someone will let me borrow to drive to my dad's shop to put the trans in next weekend. So now I got 7 days to find a wheel and tire setup that someone will hopefully let me borrow. Because, yeah, stocks do not fit with those wheel lights. So, yeah, I found that out. Because he was going to let me borrow his stocks, and they hit the wheel lights. So, that's pretty cool. Man. Well, he needed the wheels because you saw his tire. It was eaten up, and he was going to wait 2 weeks until we put the trans in, and then I would have been able to put it in the truck, leave it up on the stands and whatever. At least I had all the, you know, the transmission and everything put into it. But with the condition that his tire was in, he's like, man, can I come and pick him up early? So I gave it to him, and we thought we were gonna be able to throw those stocks on, but they won't clear. Even with 2-inch spacers, I thought maybe that would give it enough room, but it still touches. So let's go get some King Ranch wheels and kind of go from there. So we got the King Ranch seats. Obviously, can't take this. I mean, it is a spaceship. I could have floated over there, whatever. But we got to take my buddy Isaac's plumber service OG. I don't even know what the hell this is. It's cool as hell, though. But take a look inside. Look at this. It's literally got the Chevy dash and everything inside. It's a little dirty because he's dailying it right now, so keep that in mind. But dude, this thing is sick. He has the heating and air hooked onto it, has the dash swapped and everything. Okay, hey, he's still working out small kinks, but it's all swapped over. It's a work in progress, but this thing is freaking insane, super sick. And he let us use it to come and to go and get the King Ranch seats. So we got these bad boys. Let me know if you guys want to see a YouTube video on this. We plan on doing it. I want to do an edit and more in depth, talk to him about it. He's got the rear heat and air, everything in the back, tail lights, headlights work, high beams, low beams, freaking crazy. So if you guys want to see more in depth video on that or got any questions on it, drop a comment below and we'll do a video on it. But I mean, that's pretty sick. That's a good friend to let you use his project truck to go and get my King Ranch seats. Oh, I forgot these are adjustable. That's sick. See, I'm poor. I'm an XLT owner, so I don't know anything about that life. And so there are the King Ranch seats. We're gonna put them in the truck today. We're gonna do a part 2 video and kind of just do these in stages, or else these videos would be extremely long. This was actually a 1-hour video spanned out through an entire freaking week. So if you're completely confused, we got a new drive shaft because the old one was freaking junk, couldn't find the right one. Nobody apparently sold the parts for it, and if they did, they didn't match with the part numbers I had, and I'm not about to mess with that. So for an extra $200, I could just get a drive shaft that's all put together, or I could have spent maybe $380 on a bunch of parts that maybe would have fit. So new drive shaft, got the King Ranch seats, sold the wheels, currently looking for a set that are on the truck. Gonna be paint matching those this week, so we'll have a follow-up video with that. We'll be posting weekly. We're coming back with content consistently on YouTube, so make sure to stick around for that. And make sure you're following the Snapchat, because on Snapchat I'm posting you know, daily updates, what's going on and everything, kind of an in-depth life like of what we're doing on TikTok and everything. So all the socials, all that stuff will be tagged down below. If you guys got any questions, let me know what you guys want to hear. And so make sure to stay up to date on the build and the crazy things we're going to do to it. Hopefully we have it done soon, and thank you guys for watching.